The sales development methodology has been developed by the Predictable Revenue team. It was pioneered by one of our co-founders, Aaron Ross, where he used it to build the first sales development team at Salesforce. He then published his best-selling book, Predictable Revenue, which has been referred to as the sales Bible of Silicon Valley. The methodology has been honed by the team at Predictable Revenue, who between them have hired hundreds of sales development reps, also known as SDRs, and have had the privilege of advising hundreds of companies while they built their own sales development teams. We're sharing what we've learned today because our mission is to educate the world on how to grow a company. We do that by building sales teams that create consistent and predictable revenue for organizations. Now, let's get into the principles and the playbook for building successful sales development teams. The principles. These are the table stakes that are required before building a sales development team. If you play poker, you know that table stakes mean you're bringing the minimum amount of chips required to buy into a game. In sales, the following principles are the table stakes you need to have if you want to build a successful outbound sales development team. The three principles are positioning, pace, and practice. Positioning defines the market opportunity and context. Pace determines how much a company is willing to invest and how quickly they need to move. Practice is the measure of how well a team is able to translate a high-level strategy into tactics and results. Positioning will determine the strength of your offering in the market and how effective your revenue efforts will be. Your company's position in the market can be boiled down to three elements: what makes you unique, the value of that uniqueness, and how your market is structured. Pace will determine your time to market and is typically governed by your total market opportunity and the financing strategy of your company. Practice is where the high-level strategy is translated into tactics and executed by the team. Sales Development Playbook. Once you've got a handle on the principles, then you can follow the 6-step playbook to building a successful sales development team. By following the process sequentially, you'll be able to establish repeatable, scalable, and predictable revenue for your organization. The playbook includes targeting, teams, tools, prospecting, qualification, and follow-through. Targeting. Now that you're ready to launch your sales development program, you need to translate your ideal customer profile and buyer personas into lists of accounts and contacts. Team. Building your first sales development team usually requires hiring at least 1 or 2 sales development reps and having at least 1 dedicated manager to support them. Tools. There's a minimum tool stack required to get started with sales development. It consists of a CRM system and a sales engagement platform with a dialer that can automate and organize a multi-channel outreach. You're also going to need a data supplier. Prospecting. Your prospecting strategy must take into account your targeting, tools, goals, and how your prospects like to do business. In your playbook, you must document the success, reply rates, meetings booked, opportunities created of your sequences in the detail length of sequence, types of touches, and frequency of touches. Qualification. You must define clear and objective qualification criteria that a meeting booked with a closer must meet before it is considered an opportunity. Follow-through. Once the qualification criteria have been met, a prospector can hand off a meeting to a closer and create an opportunity in your CRM. But there must be a predefined process to hand off customers thoughtfully and set their expectations appropriately.